All right, everybody. We'd like to welcome you to the Chit Chat Chew Show podcast, which is every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in another time zone like Chicago, it's 5 to 7 p.m. If you're in the West Coast area, somewhere back like what, about 3 something, 3 o'clock.
Yep.
So we like to welcome you guys. We hope that you tune in with us. In the event that you do not, we definitely have the replay for you. So we want to introduce Hillary Gooden, who is, let me get it right, who is a vibrant life coach and also a certified lymphologist. Am I saying it correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we know that we've been stuck in traffic. We've been trying to get around. It's just been one thing or another, but it's all good because we are present and accountable. And we're going to have an awesome show this evening.
Absolutely.
We're going to get to know a little bit more about who Hillary is and what she does and her why. And let me introduce myself. I'm one of the co-hosts. I'm Aisha, but I'm also known as Jade. Most people call me Jade, but whatever you feel comfortable with is all good with me. Just put respect on it. And our other co-host is?
The other co-host is Uno. So my nickname is Uno. Everybody calls me Uno. My real name is Uno, but it just depends on the individual. So
depends on that energy and where we at.
Just stick to Uno. That's good enough for me.
So we want to start off, Hillary. Again, we appreciate you being on, taking your time out. We want to know, first of all, your why. In general, your why as of what you do, why you serve people, your passion to what you do.
Well, my passion is to help people. My passion is to especially help people to find some balance as far as their health. And you can be wealthy and not have your health. You can have your health and not have any money, or you can have health and wealth and don't have no peace of mind. So my passion really is to help people to find that balance where they and what they can do, help them discover what they can do to help their bodies, help them. That's my biggest why.
Okay. And so let's start off with the vibrant life coach. I've certainly seen you in a lot of your Facebook your Facebook videos that you do live, and I always find them very interesting, and believe it or not, I do try my best. I take some tools with me because they're very informative and they work if you apply them. So let's first start with the life coach. When did you start with that? And do you have a particular field that you or not? I don't want, maybe all I can think of is field right now, but a certain specific, what do you focus on?
Well, I guess, I've been thinking about changing it from vibrant life to vibrant health coach. Because,
okay.
But the way I see it, if you have your health and your peace of mind, your spirit, all of that in balance, you're going to have a vibrant life, a more vibrant life. Meaning, to me, somebody asked me one day, vibrant life, what does that mean? What does it mean to you? What would you call a vibrant life? Some people is getting their health intact. Some people is not being in pain every day. So it can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. And I'm coming from being a pastor, a minister, seeing a lot of things in prayer and deliverance, as well as being a leader, working with people on jobs and being in leadership. It's just so many different things that come into play with what I do, that can help somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I may not know it all, but I know a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, life is learning. It's always learning. There's always something to learn. So
Learned
absolutely.
experience.
Nobody knows everything. That's
There's
impossible.
always more.
Right.
Absolutely.
Always more. And what was the experience like being a pastor, since you mentioned pastor and being in the ministry? Like, what was that whole experience like? Give us the good and the bad.
Well, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot because you're dealing with people and you're dealing with God's people. One thing that God worked in me was love, and is love. And I'm telling you, you can't do ministry without having the love of God working in you, through you, because you never know who you're going to encounter and what they need. So I've seen a lot. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about myself by dealing with people in that situation. It's been good as far as, the learning aspect and being able to help people come from darkness in the light, from coming from a place where they feel no hope and there is hope, hopeless to feeling vibrant, and and not only just helping them come out of it, but helping them with tools and skills and things they can learn to do, even in that arena for themselves, learning how to pray, learning how to walk right. If you're going to talk it, well, you got to walk it, you know what I mean? And just helping people put it all together, So it got a lot of moving parts when it comes to ministry.
Oh, I'm sure it is. There's so many people you got to deal with, personalities, life struggles, paths, journeys, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I can only imagine.
Yeah, what's really so amazing about all of this, is that I used to be such a shy. I would never be doing this. That never in a million years would I have thought this would be my life, and that I love talking to people. Like doing street ministry. I love just walking the street. Hey, how you doing? Jesus loves you. And just coming from that really, really shy person. I remember once my mother said, "I see you being a teacher," and I was like, "No, I couldn't. I don't want to be a teacher." But then I was teaching Sunday school one day, and it just, those words came back to my mind. I was like, I could teach this.
Yeah.
I could do this, but I didn't want to be a school teacher.
Yeah.
And then, there was a time she told me, she said, I wanted you to be a trendsetter. My mother had a boutique when I was in high school. So she would get the styles ahead of season. And I particularly remember one season, they came out with those cowl necks that rolled down. Nobody was wearing that. And so she said, she had me this really sharp outfit. She said, you can wear this to school. You'll be the first one, and you'll be a trendsetter. I remember telling her, oh no, I just want to be a follower. I don't want to be a trendsetter. And she looked at me like, who is this child? And sure enough, I let my outfit hang in the closet until everybody started wearing it, and then I took it out and wore it, and everybody was like, oh, that's so sharp. But nobody had what I had, and I came home, told my mother about it. She was like, well, like you missed the whole point, the whole ball. But the night that I gave my life to the Lord, I'm telling you, it was an experience that I went to bed that person, and I woke up this person. I didn't know what to do with all of this. It was a lot for me, because I went from being that very shy person to the very next day feeling unction to walk up to a stranger and tell them, hi, Jesus love you. And it was like, oh no, this is too fast. This is too much. But in that way, I've learned a lot. Like it or not, I learned a lot of lessons.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can definitely identify with what you're saying, Hillary, because coming from a Christian or Baptist background from my mother's belly, yes, from the belly, my mother would sing to me. She's would read. She would read the Bible, read scriptures, things of that nature. And when I was born, of course, being in the church and just raised in the church, and like you, I was shy. I would never have saw myself doing this either. And I know that it's only the Creator himself that brought me to this place, because I would not. I talked when I was told to talk, and just was very shy about a lot of things. And my mother had exposed me to a lot. And when she would kind of push me out there, I was like, no, I don't want to do this. And I would begin to start crying because I was like, no, I don't want to do this. No, let me, But I guess, as you say, through learned experience, having children, just going through different life experiences, now a lot of times you can't shut me up. But
people can bring it out of you too,
and people can bring
out that shy zone,
right? Definitely.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Yeah.
And I have to say you're right, because spirituality, or whatever spiritual path people follow, we need love back. We lost it along the way somewhere. We don't love ourselves. We don't respect ourselves.
Yeah.
It starts with us internally first, I believe, as it works on the outside.
External. Yeah.
But when we don't have that for ourselves, we can't give that to someone else.
Yeah.
And whatever that is, and whatever relationship that is, be it a intimate relationship or work relationship, a business relationship, none.
Or just someone you just cool with.
Like you have, when you don't have it here, we can't give it to someone else.
Right.
So I definitely believe that spirituality or spiritual path plays a huge part in anything that we do.
Right, because you all, I've watched you all as well on this Chit Chat Chew show. You doing what you love to do and talk to people, sharing information, and that comes from a place of love. Because you want people to know sharing is caring, sharing information. When people withhold information, something that's good for somebody else, I don't get that. I just don't get it.
We living in a selfish world. That's
very selfish. And like you said, when people don't have it learned, love is something you learn to do, and you haven't learned to love yourself. It makes it hard, definitely, for you to love anybody else. But once you do learn how to love, you want to give that out. You want to give of yourself in ways that sometimes will shock and surprise your own self.
Right.
Yeah.
I find as well. And sometimes you get really tested on that love too.
Yes.
I tell people, I heard this, I'm a believer in collecting nuggets of wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
How you can hear somebody say something, take that, put that in your wisdom pocket.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing this minister, this was some years ago, and he said, do you believe what you believe you believe?
Mm.
Okay. Do you believe what you believe you believe? And your actions got to tie in with what you're talking out of your mouth.
That's true.
Right?
Very true.
If they don't tie together, then your belief, your BS, so to speak, is messed up. Your belief system is not in balance. It's not in, something's wrong.
Right, something's off. And
something's off. And sometimes,
so which means is you got to work on it, if that's the case.
Well, you get tested on what you believe.
Yeah.
Tests and trials will come to make you really take stock. Do I really believe what I say I've been believing? There's a test that comes and it helps you to grow. It helps you to be better than you were before the test. If you pass the test. Nothing like knowing. You ever been through an experience where it was a test and you passed it?
Yes. Many times.
Yes. Yes, wow. Knowing that you don't have to go through that test again. And if you see anybody else coming that same way, you want to help them out with the knowledge that you gleaned from that test. So that's where I come from, that place, because I've seen a lot of things. Some things I didn't have to go through because I watch other people going through stuff, and know that I don't want to go through that. So I can glean some wisdom from how they handled it and say, let me just put that here. If that ever come up in my life, or if I see it in somebody else's, maybe you should do this, or maybe, just sharing, wanting the best for people, whoever they are.
Absolutely.
It makes sense.
Absolutely.
Hey.
And so is being a Vibrant Life / health coach. Is this something that you do as part of a business, or is this something? What else do you do with it?
Okay, this is a coaching business.
Okay.
You know, so if people would like to, we have contacts and stuff, but if they would like to talk to me more about how I can help them get their life back. That's my thing right now, empowering people with strategies to get their life back from the control of chronic pain, fatigue, inflammation, and lack of energy, using the tools and techniques that I know to work the lymphatic system and holistic practices that I've infiltrate in there that helps to bring balance in body, mind, and spirit. So they can get on a call with me and see if I have a program that I'm coming out with in December.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's got 3 levels. So if someone prefers, you got some people that only want to deal one-on-one. They don't want to be in a group setting, just me and you and Tam. So I have something set up for that.
Okay.
If they prefer to be in a group setting, then I have a 6-week program that's a class, that's set up for those people that like camaraderie and knowing that other people are going through the same thing. You're not alone, So that's that. And then for those that say, you know what, I don't need all of that. Just show me what to do. Let's just get on the car and let's map out a strategy for me, and then I can go make it happen. So that's and that's get your life back. Get your life back from those chronic conditions that are, so many people are suffering through.
Right. And you said this is going to launch off in December?
Yes. And so they can contact me. I don't know if I should say it now, but it's a bit.ly link. It's bit.ly/speak with Hillary, and that's capital S and speak and a capital H in Hillary. bit.ly/speak with Hillary. They can make an appointment. Let's get on the call and see if this will be a good fit.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That sounds exciting.
Awesome.
I'm really been getting back in tune with natural, spiritual first, because I believe that's the beginning of everything. Spirituality first. Getting back also with the whole natural, holistic way, because being one of those individuals, as I've expressed in past shows and just in general, that live with a mental disorder, though I don't let it take control of me, I try my best to take control of it. But sometimes I do have those days where I'm just all over the place. And being a person who has taken a total of 22 medicines at one point in my life, really that I've knocked it down to probably 2 now. And even with that, I still want to go the holistic way, because I remember being raised by a mother and a nana who were very much into holistic remedies. Yeah. If you sneeze, there was a remedy, a nasty tasting remedy for a sneeze, a cough, or whatever.
That's how my mama was. My mom was the same way. She had something for everything.
Everything. And it was horrible.
But it worked.
But it worked.
They say the most nasty stuff, the most nasty or bitter stuff is the best stuff for your body.
Mm-hmm. And things came from the plants, and things were natural. You didn't hear a lot about, especially in the Black community. I know globally, but in the Black community, the obesity, the diabetes, cancer, the cholesterol, the cancer, high blood pressure, fibroids. Things have changed. Chemicals being sprayed, stuff being pumped into our foods,
right?
And it's making us really sick.
Yeah,
it's killing us.
Yes.
Yeah. And I get so. I was talking about this the other night on the broadcast. I saw a billboard, and the billboard, I got so tickled. It was a picture of a cow, and the cow like turned and looked out like that and said, "Do I look like your mother?" Drinking my milk for my baby. And I was like, oh, and it was by a vegan association. It's we were meant to eat plant-based.
Right.
As human beings, we were not meant to eat meat. Although he said, "Bless it and eat it." If you're going, you're gonna eat it, bless it and eat it. But by way of the way our intestines are made, we weren't meant to eat meat.
It's not our intestines not built to digest a lot of that stuff.
It stays in our body way too long because our intestines are way too intricate.
Right.
Right.
The animals that have short intestines, like tigers and lions, they were meant to eat meat because it's gonna pass right through and come on out of there.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. And then you gotta look at the fact you got parasites. You got bacteria. All that is backed up in your system too.
Yeah, I did a program once. It was selling some herbs, and I learned so much herbal product, and it worked so excellent, and I learned so much about the body. But the person who was running it didn't have a business sense.
Okay.
So he didn't want to pay distributors. I feared for that man's life because when you start messing with men and their money, that you got a whole nother.
Right.
He had to abruptly leave Chicago, just like he had to abruptly leave New York because he just couldn't get that money thing straight. But he had a product that was excellent. There was, just by way, one lady, everybody, if you found that your stomach would go down. And that was because that old waste was being eliminated. And sometimes it's there for years and years. I remember one lady telling a testimony how we had all got to the place we would look back because you know that you're eating good and you're eating food that's oxygenated when your elimination floats.
Mm-hmm.
This thing to the bottom, you need to get some more fruits and vegetables in your life.
Right, exactly. Drink plenty of water too. Drink plenty of water.
Because of the oxygen, right?
Yeah.
And so she looked back this particular day and saw a crayon. This lady was like in her 50s. And she said, a crayon? Wait a minute. She, had this dope. She said, that's a crayon. And it made her sit down and wonder, what in the world? Why would I have a crayon in my elimination? And then she thought about it and meditated because it really bothered her. The Holy Spirit brought back to her years ago when she was a child that she had got a crayon stuck up her nose some kind of way, and it never did come out. There it was. And
wow.
That's just a whole nother. I could talk about poop for.
But see, that's the thing. It's amazing what the body can do, man. You'd be surprised what's in your system.
Because it's not moving. It's not moving as it should.
Yeah.
And when your lymphatic system, I talk about the lymphatic system. When your lymphatic system is working properly, it helps your digestion as well. And we've gotten to the place because our system is so full, stuff gets stagnated, and we have what's called tunnel eliminations, where that old waste is stuck around the walls of the intestine, and you eliminate it through like a tunnel of. It's not all coming out, and it goes from the consistency mucus from like a runny nose to like rubber tire, like rubber for a tire. That consistency. But it can come out, but it's just a process,
Right.
But most of the time we don't know, and then we got all that old stuff circulating through the body. That's what caused those germs that you were talking about, to keep going through the body, and sometimes those germs and bacteria get settled somewhere it shouldn't be.
Right.
They call it a name. They give it a name.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know. It's just a lot of people at the same time, they have to be aware of what they eat. Be more conscious, be more aware of what they eat. I know some people don't care, honestly, about what they eat because they feel like, hey, I'm going to die anyway or something. So I'm going to eat what I want to eat because this is how I feel. But then, but see, there's a long term with that too, because all the bad foods you eat it catches up with you later.
That's right.
And then they wonder why, they sick or they ill or their body breaks down and all kinds of things. That's because they wasn't take care of their body. But if you more conscious of wanting to take care of your body and going through that process of eliminating a lot of them toxins and bacteria and things out of your system, you do feel different.
You do.
You know what I'm saying?
And we talking about not just toxins and stuff. We talking about old food that never came out.
Yeah, yeah, all that garbage.
I didn't realize that people had issues with it so much until I was selling that product. I remember speaking to a lady and I was asking her when was the last time she had an elimination. And she said, well, I go do the number 2 like every 7 days.
Whoa.
I was floored.
Wow.
But listen, she looked healthy. She looked just fine. She was a good size. She wasn't overweight. She had nice skin. I mean, you wouldn't contend. But every 7 days, we got to know that ain't right. I said, you eating every day, right? She said, yeah. I said, most people go once in the morning. She said, no, like once every 7 days. I was like, oh, baby, you need just. I had to try
something wrong with that. Something wrong with that.
I tried to school her then on how the body works. A lot of people don't even know how the body works in order to know to gauge themselves. You know what I mean? If we knew that the last meal, this meal is supposed to push out the last meal, we could gauge ourselves. That's what happened. That's what happened with babies, right?
Right.
They want something to eat and they push out the last meal.
Right.
Our bodies keep working like that, but we eat so much processed stuff, so much meat, stuff that gets stagnant and not moving, and over years it's just not happening that way.
Yeah.
That's true. And I'm finding also that a lot of us are lactate. Where once upon a time, I can remember, of course, drinking milk, and now just kind of going through the years and having a couple kids, and now find myself I'm lactate, can't have dairy, and so you're right. Like the foods that we eat, it definitely does affect us on how we
function.
Eliminate it, how we function.
Yeah.
We get very fatigued. Our skin changes. So enlighten us with that. What?
Well, I was just thinking of something to know. When a poison is injected, the first thing that the animal would do, even if you poison mice or if you poison an animal. I was watching a movie. I was talking about that the other day, and I was like, there it is. It's happening right there in this movie where the dog had been poisoned. And the dog went searching. What do you think he was searching for? He was searching. And when rodents, when that happened, they go searching for H2O, water. Water. It makes the body, it creates thirst, that poison in the body.
Wow.
When we eat foods that make us thirsty, it's reacting the same way as poison to ourselves. So, because you'll find when you eat a plant-based meal, you don't feel thirsty afterwards. You don't feel tired, and you feel even more energetic when you eat a plant-based food. Like if you just ate a salad, you don't feel like you would if you ate dressing and turkey and yams.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
But if you eat something and it makes you really thirsty, it's just like you poisoning yourself. It's just that simple. But when we don't know those things and we don't know how to gauge certain things, that I tell people, okay, we got a 5-day challenge going on. Aisha, how you starting it? Have you started it?
I have not started it.
We're doing a 5-day Go Vegan challenge.
Okay.
You have to do it with her so y'all can do it together.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm up for the challenge because, to be honest with you, I've been on my little health kick for quite a few weeks now.
Yeah, we've been challenging each other. We said we had started out initially, what was it? September?
Yeah.
September.
Yeah.
The month of September, we were not going to eat meat.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Or
Great
dairy.
start.
Or dairy.
No dairy.
Yeah. And that's basically what vegan is.
Right.
You know, they eliminate the meat and anything that came from, like you said, if you're going to not eat the chicken, you can't eat the egg either.
No,
True.
That's true. Because it
That's
still
true.
comes
It's
from,
still-
it's a
right.
product of the chicken.
Mhm.
Right, you're not going
Same
to eat the
thing.
beef. If you're not going to eat the beef, you can't have the milk. What else comes from, or the cheese either.
Yep, the cheese. Yep.
That's very true.
And listen, and then you can have everything else pretty much. That's a lot. That really is a lot. But we get so stagnated by the meat industry, and they sold us a lie saying we need it for protein.
No, you don't.
Right.
No,
No.
there's other foods you can substitute. You can substitute other foods for protein.
For protein,
That's a
right.
lie.
And so that's a lie we've been sold, and a lot of people totally believe it and think, oh, no, I can't have meat for a week. You're not going to die. Trust me.
It's like they gotta have their meat
Right.
every day. They gotta have their meat.
It's a mental. It's a
every meal
mental
is
thing.
around the meat versus making the meal around the vegetables for a change.
Yeah,
Right.
So my whole thing was starting that Go Vegan Challenge. It's only for 5 days, just so we can get an idea of how we would feel if we ate more fruits and vegetables. You know, listening to your body. You know, if you've been doing this since September, you listen to your body. It's got to be telling you, yay, thank you. You know,
And if you version off the path, your body would tell you too.
It sure will. It sure
you
will.
have more energy. You know, you have more energy. You're thinking a little clearer. You don't feel all stressed out.
That's true.
I think everybody should go on some kind of challenge themselves and give their body a rest at least once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're not going to just come off of it, because I haven't stopped eating meat, but for this week I have, and every now and then I have to stop and just for this 30 days I'm not eating no meat at all. Give your body a chance to recoup and do what God intended for it to do. A lot of times what's happening is we keep putting in, and it's working, just to keep us alive. It can't just do what it's meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the organs are just overworked. That's why
true.
a lot of times when people go on a fast, if they go on like a 7-day fast, 10-day fast, those first 3 days can be really challenging because you'll find yourself getting tired, can't hardly hold your head up. And you know what? Your organs and everything in your body is finally getting a chance to say, stop putting stuff in here for a while. Now we can just get regrouped and then start doing what we was meant to do and work together, you know, in harmony.
That's true. Yeah,
so true.
I mean, I've experienced that whole fasting thing, so I get where you come from. It does make you feel a lot different. You feel, you know, fatigue, you feel drained, you feel, I mean, you lag a lot. You feel like
after a while, then what?
Right.
How long a fast did you go on?
Huh?
How long a fast did you go on?
I've done it for like 2 days, 2 or 3 days.
Okay. See, you just did it long enough just to feel that part. Once you get to that 4, 5, 6 days, then there's a turn. There is a turn. And so maybe, you know, if you try it next time, try to pass that 3rd day.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about
that. So I wanted to also find out, we can get into now you being a certified lymphologist. For people who have no clue
I'm curious
what that is, please explain to all of us what that means.
Okay, that means that what I do is concerned and all revolving around the lymphatic system. Our lymphatic system is our other immune system. Our lymphatic system is, most people, do you know you don't know what your lymphatic system is? Do you?
No, I don't. No.
Okay. And so most people don't. What's sad is most doctors don't either, because they don't teach this in depth in medical school.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can work your lymphatic system, have an active lymphatic system, along with nutrition and moderate exercise, your body could be in position to heal itself. That is not profitable, so that is not something they teach in doctors in depth in medical.
Right. Exactly.
So the other thing to know is that we have way more miles worth of lymphatic vessels than we do blood vessels. Our blood vessels and our lymphatic vessels kind of run alongside with the cells in between. Like this the blood vessel and this the lymphatic vessels. The lymphatic vessels run up in the body. But unlike the blood, now I'm kidding, not unlike the blood vessels, the bloodstream, the bloodstream has a heart. And what does the heart do? The heart pumps the blood through the body. So it can carry oxygen to the cells, to the organs and all that. The lymphatic system, the lymphatic fluid, there's no pump. We are the pump. The more we move, it works your lymphatic system. When you do deep breathing, that can work your lymphatic system. Massaging can help to work the lymphatic system. But the number one way is bouncing on a mini trampoline because of that up and down motion at the, at the bottom of the bounce is when, like, you have your lymphatic vessels, then you have the like checkpoints, so that when you go down, the valve open and the fluid can rush up. So at the bottom of the bounce, the lymphatic fluid is rushing up through the body, up through the body, up through the body. And as it goes up through the body, through the vessels that's all throughout our body from head to toe, the vessels that's all between the cells, their whole purpose is to act as a vacuum, to vacuum out excess trapped blood protein, trapped fluid, trapped sodium from around the cells that cause the cells to get separated. When that separation happens, you're going to experience inflammation, pain, lack of energy. You're going to experience something uncomfortable going on in your body. Otherwise, just not even feeling right in your body. Brain fog, all of those different things, because that's what's happening. And so when it sucks that out, it allows for oxygen to rush in around those cells. And where there's oxygen, there's no disease, there's no pain, and you're going to have more energy. So, and then the body's in position, oxygen heals. Oxygen revs up your metabolism. Oxygen helps with oxygen is the real key here too. Having oxygen, having a body that's oxygenated. They know that areas where the body is oxygenated, cancer cannot dwell there, but they're not going to tell you that.
Of course, they're not going to tell you. Right. They got to make money. That's all. That's a big business.
Push chemotherapy and radiation. Yeah. I heard a story, guys. I heard a story today that a lady was talking to me, wanted to, about something to do in the future with, and she was sharing with me how she knew a woman who was told by her doctor that she had breast cancer and that she needed to have that breast removed. And so she believed her doctor. Her doctor came back a few months later and said, we see cancer is in the other breast and we really need to remove the other breast. She believed her doctor and just did what the doctor said. She said 18 months after that, she got a letter, I guess from the hospital or somebody, that said, your doctor performed those surgeries on you and you didn't have cancer.
Wow.
She was found to have a drug problem, the doctor. And she was performing those kind of treatments and surgeries on people in order to help her drug habit.
Wow.
I just want to help people to help themselves. Learn what you can do to help your body be in position to heal itself. I listened to a medical doctor say, you know what? I found out I had cancer. My fellow doctor said, okay, let's get you on chemotherapy. She said, you're not putting that stuff in me. No way. And she went vegan. And then everything else with bouncing, deep breathing, massage, everything she could think of. And she beat that cancer. But she was like, no way, no way. It's so important to have a strong immune system.
Yeah.
And we only hear about, the blood, your blood and your heart and your nervous system. Nobody talks about the lymphatic system. And you're not going to hear your doctor talk to you about it because they're not even really learning what I've learned.
Right.
And I find that appalling because those that's over the American Medical Association, as far as I have heard and read and heard other doctors say, they know a lot more than they're going to tell the American public because of the wealth instead of our health.
Yeah, it's all about the money, but at the end of the day, like every time me and Jay end our show, we always say self-care is first. That's what it comes down to, because you can't really expect someone to help you heal your own body. You got to put that effort into healing your own self. You can't expect to put your life in somebody else's hands and think they're supposed to care about that, because in actuality, they shouldn't. Really, you should be taking that responsibility at some point. Yeah. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, we don't have that many lymphologists in America. There are more in Europe, and I believe the reason being is, in European countries, they have been paying for health care for their citizens, for years. So they want them to be healthy.
Right.
So they have more lymphologists there, and even doctors that will talk to their patients about it. Unlike here.
Right.
Unlike here.
And is that something? How many years of schooling do you take for that?
Well, I went for like a year. You have some that are medical doctors that have stepped aside from the American Medical Association because they can't do both.
Right.
They can't help you be healed and be a medical doctor. It's still not allowed.
Yeah, it's not set up that way. Yeah.
They get their licenses, suspended, their hospital privileges suspended, just all kind of stuff that still happens today. So it's just a matter. It's a lot of information. It can get kind of techie, but I totally get it. And the thing is, if I can tell enough people and help enough people, I can't reach the people you can reach, right in your own people that you know and love. You may know someone that's dealing with some chronic conditions and they've done everything that the doctor told them to do and they still are dealing with the same conditions because they treat the symptoms and not the problem.
Right. That's true.
It's all temporary.
Yeah, if you can get a handle on the problem, the symptoms will go away.
Yep. But that's not the mission for them. That's not the mission for them. Not in the medical field, it's not.
It's not. And so, whenever I hear like that doctor, and she said, I just felt, and I was listening to a nurse, and she stepped aside from practice. I just can't continue to know what I know, but I can't even really help people, or else you got another nurse telling on me and get me in trouble. It's dog eat dog. It's really something.
Hey, that's the world we live in.
The really something is it's not about you.
Yeah.
The patient.
But they don't see it that way. They don't see it that way.
I know that we have some good doctors, and I know that a lot of doctors, they're telling what they have learned. The problem is some stuff they don't teach them.
Right.
So they don't know.
And so once you got certified, what are you capable of doing once you become a certified in that?
I'm capable of passing this information on. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't tell anybody to stop seeing their doctor, stop following your doctor's orders, not at all. But if you're somebody like me that's seeking what you can do on your own, this is something you can try. It's totally up to you if you try it. I tried it and my life is forever changed, and I want to help as many people as I can know what I've learned. That bouncing on a mini trampoline, really? I just found that just like, God, are you laughing up there really? Bouncing on the mini trampoline is the best way to work your lymphatic system. And people being healed and coming back from stuff like multiple sclerosis, being able to walk without, the problems that they had, being able to have help from inflammation and pain and stuff, those people that deal with lupus. We did that 5-day breathing challenge, deep breathing challenge. And that bouncing on the mini trampoline is the number 1 way. Deep breathing is the number 2 way to work the lymphatic system. You breathe it anyway, why not make it work for you?
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, you got a point.
Because oxygen heals. Most of us don't have enough oxygen rotating around in our bodies to be at the level that God intended of health, optimal health. So one of the ladies who has lupus, she after about the 3rd day, she wrote in the one of the posts that she noticed that from doing the deep breathing, she felt she got a better benefit of how can I say, she take a certain medication for something that's happening in her body, but she found that when she did the deep breathing technique, that she followed it those 3 up to those 3rd day, I think, she said that the deep breathing seemed like it reached deeper than the medicine ever did. She said, I can't believe this. Wow. And I was just like that too. Wow. Everybody's body is different. Everybody needs something different, but everybody needs to work their lymphatic system.
So they can buy a trampoline and do it at home, or go to the gym and start that. They can.
I have mine. I don't have my camera set up in there, but mine is in my living room, right in front of by the TV.
Okay.
My mom and I stay together, so my mom, she gets on it. I bought what is called a stabilizing bar to attach to it, because she found that, she felt like she was going to fall off over to lose her balance. So I bought that bar. They have a bar that's like a moon that goes across like this.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It attach at the legs, so that if it's not something, it still have movement like this. When you touch on it,
it's like a controlled motion. It's not like you over the place. When you had that attached, it controls how you moving when you're on a trampoline.
Well, it causes you to still engage your core.
Yeah.
But it's something you can hold on to so that you don't fall off of the thing.
Right.
Now, when I say bouncing on the mini trampoline, there are 3 levels of bouncing. We have the health bounce, the aerobic bounce, and the strength bounce. I am not talking about the strength bounce or the aerobic bounce, but I am talking about the health bounce. And the health bounce is, you can do that where your feet don't even have to leave the mat. Just a gentle bounce is enough. 5 to 10 minutes a day to make a difference in your health, to make a difference in how you feel, make a difference in the pain and different stuff that's going on in your body. Okay, so that's it on the bouncing. It's 3 levels of bouncing, and that's sometimes when I mention bouncing on the mini trampoline, people think aerobic and strength bouncing. No, I'm not talking about doing flips and tricks and.
Oh yeah, that crazy stuff. I mean, I can do that stuff, but I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, because some people that's dealing with chronic conditions, they in pain. They couldn't even do that if I told them that's what they needed to do.
Yeah,
right. Just being able to just bounce without your feet leaving the mat, they can do that.
Well, too much excursion. You ain't trying to do a lot of skirting. You just being gentle. Right. Just the little tidbit, just little small bounces, just enough to get your body circulating.
It's called the health bounce, and it can make a big difference, in what's happening in your body, depending on what's happening in your body. I know I had I don't know if you ever heard of bladder infection. You ever had a bladder infection? We know that you have to take those big old, and you have big old red pills that you have to take, and you have to take it for 7 days, or else if you ever experienced a bladder infection that got out of hand, it is no joke. It is no joke to feel like you gotta go and it hurts so excruciatingly and nothing is happening, no matter how much water you're drinking and stuff. I got a bladder infection after I got the trampoline. And it was one young lady at work. We would share our recipes with the NutriBullet. Did I talk about the NutriBullet?
No, you didn't. We would love to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I had what led me into this whole thing. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I bought a NutriBullet, and I hadn't been eating fruits and vegetables. I didn't realize it till one day I was sitting at work trying to remember when was the last time I had some fresh fruits and vegetables. You could eat hot dogs, fried fish, fried chicken, hamburgers, French fries. You can eat a lot of stuff, mashed potatoes. You can eat macaroni and cheese. You can eat tacos. You can eat a lot of stuff and bypass fresh vegetables and fruit if you don't watch it. Especially when you work on a job and everybody's going out getting stuff,
Yes.
Anyway, I sat there thinking, I don't remember the last time I even had some greens or something. This is ridiculous. And then my friend had bought a NutriBullet. I said, oh man, I got to get one of those things. And I went and bought some $19 thing at Walgreens because I didn't want to spend them. It was like $99. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to spend that much money. And I put all my stuff in there and it was just floating all around in the water. I'm like, that don't look like the smoothie she had. So I'm going to have to go and buy me a NutriBullet. Changed my life. I bought that and it liquefied everything. And I was like, man, I could drink any fruits and vegetables with this thing, I put everything in there and it just totally liquefied, break it all down and I drink it and get it in me and let it do its magic, That led me to trying to find out more. I started reading and researching about started out trying to find more recipes or whatever. What I found on the reviews for the NutriBullet, which totally shocked me, I found more people of color, our color, would do reviews than I did any others. I was surprised by that. And I was like, wow, it's just a lot of people knowing they need to do something here. But that led me to learning about that there are people out here that are raw foodists.
Yeah.
Vegetarians, you got your vegans, you got your raw foodists, you got your fruitarians, you got your breatharians. Now I still don't get that one.
And what is that?
What is that?
How you just breathe the air and you're not eating stuff. I don't.
That don't make sense.
Sounds strange.
Yeah.
Okay.
People out here just call themselves breatharians, and I don't know. I don't know that one. I can't back that one up.
That first time hearing that.
Learning so much stuff until I ran into a guy who said his doctors had given him up 6 months to live, and then he ran into somebody that said, I can help you. If you're ready to make the commitment to your own health, I can help you. And he was like, well, I don't have nowhere to go, but, up from where the doctors just said they can't do nothing else for me. This man was dealing with bouncing on a mini trampoline. And he told him the first thing we need to do is get your mindset right before I talk to you about anything else. That's why you hear me talk so much about forgiveness and love and, grudges and all of that kind of stuff. You got to get that right. If you can get your mindset right, anything else you want to do, you can do it. Whether it's a business relationship, losing weight, whatever it is, you can do it. So he said, let's get your mindset right. And then he started teaching him about nutrition and how the body works and all that, and the bouncing for the lymphatic system. And he said, I learned about the lymphatic system from this guy. I was like, well, let me go look this guy up there. And I was just like on a journey that I couldn't get enough, because I hate going to the doctor. I'm just one of them people. I don't go to the doctors like I should, because I'm okay, I think, and I just don't like taking pills and all of that kind of stuff. So then I'm always trying to find out what else can I do. That's part of what led me do too. And I know I'm not alone. There's a lot of people that feel that way. And so that led to the guy who came up with this formula about the lymphatic system and what's really happening at a cellular level and even within the cells, that he was able to bring this formula up before the International Lymphology Association in I think it was in France, and they was like, wow, that is like a missing piece. He brought like a missing piece that helped them to even understand more about the lymphatic system. And then they invited him into the thing and whatnot. And then how he died. One day I would like to do a post about that, because you have people that are in holistic medicine that come up missing.
Yes.
Man,
yes.
I was just about to say that too.
Yes.
I was just about to say that.
So he's one of those people, and his sons kept the business going on, kept the school going on, and that's how I got in. I talked to one of the sons, picked up the phone. He picked up the phone. I was like, oh, really? Had a chance to talk, and then I got involved. And I'm telling you, there were times where I would leave work, had a really busy day, go home, and get right back into the research and all the information. And when I look up, it's getting light outside, and it's time to get ready for work again. And I felt like this stuff was being downloaded to me, like I had been commissioned by God to do this thing, And for so long, I'll say, yeah, but I need to lose weight first, or maybe I need to, and then somebody said, but it's not about you. What you have is not about you. By you thinking about yourself, there are a lot of people not hearing this message. And that's when I had to get outside of myself and say, you know what, let me just give it like it is. If some people are going to be able to receive it from me and some will not, and that's okay.
That's okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
So bouncing on the mini trampoline, you're talking about a gentle bounce. And, you can bounce with your feet lightly off. If you're starting to get out of breath, you starting to get into beast mode, you're not doing what's called lymphocyzing. You're exercising. That is not what I'm promoting. I'm promoting lymphocyzing, which is working the lymphatic system. Yes.
Cool. Interesting. Yes. A lot of thought-provoking, interesting.
Mini trampoline is fun too, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, because I always like trampolines. So I don't know, I'm thinking about getting me a trampoline and just put it in my crib somewhere and just.
You should. I tell anybody to try. I had a lady come to me, and I don't know why she thought I could give her some psychotropic medication. I work at a behavioral health center, and maybe she thought I could talk to the psychiatrist or something. I don't know what she thought. But I'm like, oh no, I don't get into that. I'm in the business office. What made you come to me? And so she said, you know what? I just got brain fog. I can't think clear. I'm not sleeping at night. And I was like, wow, you need to go get you a mini trampoline. And she just straightened up her face and looked at me. She said, what? I said, you need to go get you a mini trampoline and use it. Just bounce. I told her how to bounce and then get back to me. She said, you know what, my grandsons, we saw mini trampolines on sale at Walmart, and I told them I was going to get them one on the weekend. This was like that Friday. She said, I'm going tomorrow and get it. I said, get it and use it. When I saw her Monday morning, she was looking for me. And she was like, oh my God. She said, I just bounced. I didn't even bounce like a long time, and I felt a difference. She said, I was able to sleep. I haven't been able to sleep in weeks. She said, I mean, I just listened to her. I told her, write it out. I need that testimony. So I got that one in writing. But then I was just like, I'm amazed when people tell me. One lady said, I went and bought one. Plus, she loved doing the deep breathing. We would do deep breathing together. She said, I used to be her mother, and her sister have a problem with insomnia. And they take medicine for it. She said, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I cannot go back to sleep unless I take that medicine. She said, so we were doing the breathing, and she had got a bouncer thing, we talking about that. And she said, you know what? I find that it's working, because when I went to sleep, she said, I know it worked because I woke up in the morning. I slept all the way through the night, And she said, it's been happening ever since then. Every time she see me, she said, thank you, Miss Hillary. Thank you, Miss Hillary. I'm like, you know what? You can help your body help you. You hear me say that all the time. You got the power to help your body help you.
I agree with you 100%.
Absolutely.
100% I agree.
One, nutrition is the other component. How you think, what you say, the thoughts you allow your mind to entertain, all of that stuff. If you can find a balance.
Absolutely.
I totally agree with you. 100%.
Absolutely.
If you can find a balance, you'll find your way to a vibrant life.
Yep, I agree. Yes. It's all got to sync. That's why I tell people, like, you can't, talk about you spiritual, but physically you're not there. Because all of it has to connect together. It can't be one or the other.
It can't. It's not meant to be that way.
No.
There's a word that says, this is the word I gleaned from the Bible that goes along with what I do. And that's, he said, beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper, be in good health, even as your soul prosper. When you can find the balance. And that first prosper is money, but it's not just, it's relationships. You want to prosper in relationships, prosper on your job, prosper in your business, prosper just with that person you see in the mirror,
Right.
I love you. You the bomb,
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I definitely, it's funny because I didn't know you worked in the mental health field as well as I do too. I work in the mental health field. That's kind of my side gig. I work for the government, go figure, during the day. And so I facilitate groups, and the organization that I work for, their guidelines is we promote medicine, 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 medicine. And I used to fall into that. Like I said, I had 22 pills that I've taken at one time, and I do know why I'm here, and it's because of the Creator, God, divine spirits himself that I'm here. But for them, it was, yes, you're on medicine. Let's just keep pumping her with medicine, 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 medicine. And of course, when you take a pill, there's a side effect to it. So then they have to give you another pill for that side effect. And the cycle is just repetitive. And like you said, I just started thinking about my Nana, because I believe that my Nana is my angel. I believe she watches me and she sends messages. I'm a very intuitive person by nature anyway. And I just start remembering again how being raised by her, she was an RN nurse. And I remember going out because she did private duty. And I remember her going out to these European people's houses, and they were pretty well-to-do off. And she always, I don't want to say preached, but always spoke highly on holistic, natural. And I just used to watch her. And so it's been coming back to me. And when I facilitate my groups, because as you know, I have a diversity of different people with a diversity of different mental disorders and behavioral orders. And I'm all about like holistic and self-care and loving yourself and loving your temple from head to toe. And, there's been times where I've even remembered what you said and incorporated. Let's do some deep breathe. Let's breathe, y'all. We need to breathe. Because one day someone brought it to my attention, one of my coworkers, and I must have had a look or something. And they was like, can you just breathe? And at first I was like, huh? But then I was like, you know what? You're right. Thank you. Because I needed that bring back.
Yeah.
Because I guess I wasn't. And she was just, can you just breathe? Just breathe. And a lot of times as women, we're always we take care of everybody else, and we don't self-care and take care of ourselves. And we have to. I've also spoke on the show about, my mom, she's in her first stages of dementia. And even though we live in different states, when I have to visit her, it can be mentally exhausting. Even on the phone, I'm bothered sometimes. And it's just like, I know I can't control that, but at the end of the day, I need to take care of me, because if I'm not together, I can't be productive. I just can't. And so, yeah, I think it's really important to get back to the whole, and like I tell people in the group, I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be a doctor. I'm not going to tell you not to take it, but I would like to show you that there's additional way that you could do something. Go try this. I don't think it's going to hurt you. Try it. If you don't like it, okay, you gave it a try. You don't like it, okay, so be it. But they're beginning to listen. They're beginning to listen, and I appreciate that.
I think they're listening because you're not trying to force it or preach it to them. Like you're giving them an option, and they're better to receive it. They'd be open minded to it. Versus like, oh, you need to do this. Like you trying to tell them what to do. Then they're just not gonna listen.
Yeah, that goes back to that.
Right.
People don't care how much you know till they know how much you care.
Right. Yeah. Right. And I always like to, through learned experience with myself, because, they look at me, and a lot of them take psych meds, and I chose to stop because I got tired of feeling like a lab rat or an experiment.
Yeah.
And it wasn't doing anything for myself. I want to, we just talk about different things, which include holistic or natural practices. And when they come back, they're like, oh, thank you, Jade. I've tried this, I wasn't being stubborn anymore. And I tried this, and yeah, it just it does. I see a little bit of difference. And I mean, that makes my heart good, because I always try to speak through experience.
Right.
Because people receive that better.
Yeah, they respect it more.
And they respect it more.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I didn't finish this story about my bladder infection. I felt that twinge that it was coming on. And I said, oh, shoot, this ain't no joke. I said, no, I need to bounce more. I need to get on that thing and bounce more. If I'm going to tell people that it's going to help them, I can't go run to the doctor on this one. And so my friend that was at work, I was telling her that I felt a bladder infection coming on. She was like, girl, you better go get you some of those pills, the antibiotics. I said, no, my antibiotic is that bouncer. And I need more fluid rushing up through the body. And so in the morning I would do, because usually I do it like 3 to 5 minutes before I walk out the door. And so I started doing like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And I go lay back down because I just feel so much. Oh, it's just a wonderful feeling, right? Then I get on up, get myself ready, and then the whole day I'm not doing it. But that prolonged time is it's like it's working after you stop, right? And so then when I get home, I get back on it, bounce, and it didn't get any worse than that first little twinge that I recognized. And by the 7th day, and it was about 7 days because it kept coming back, and I bounced a little more. When I bounced, I wouldn't feel it. And then it tried to creep up on me. I'm like, and I bounced some more.
Body playing tricks.
It needed to keep going until they got that bacteria that gets around your bladder, that we feel that pain. And that's our body saying, intruder. And this helps the fluid thing to happen, but it also helps in the lymph nodes is where you have your white blood cells. And your white blood cells are like the police. They like the ones that go looking for bacteria.
They're like some G. They some OG.
And get it out of there. But if your lymphatic system is not working enough and you're not producing enough white blood cells, you're going to feel some kind of way. But after 7 days, just like if I had taken those antibiotic pills for 7 days, I would have had the same result, but I didn't have to go the chemical route because that worked. And I haven't had bladder, any kind of twinge or anything since. I know it works, but you have to keep going at it. Sometimes when you got something going on, you have to do it a little more and keep going on. Like with people that's dealing with, some people, some people just on the brink of the doctor said, ain't nothing else we can do. And you tell them to bounce for like 15 seconds, get off. 15 minutes later, bounce 15 seconds, get off. and to keep that up. If you're at home, you can do that.
That momentum, yeah.
And that's going to keep that going at those, at that bacteria, at that disease cells, to get them out of the body, and get it so you can be healed.
Is there a alternative way? Like, say if someone does not have a trampoline, is there an alternative way of doing something?
Moving is really the key. Bouncing up and down on the mini trampoline is the number one best way. NASA used bouncing on the mini trampoline to help the astronauts when they would come back from outer space, because their bones and stuff would get weak and whatnot. And they found that was the only exercise that didn't have stress, because it's not going to stress your joints and stuff, right? And, like if you go running, some people like to jog and stuff, but it could be stressful on your joints, So, but they use that as a means to help strengthen their skeletal self, and their bones, and bring their body back into balance. So movement is key. A lot of times, too many Americans are sitting on the computer, watching TV, sitting at work, sitting in the car, sitting. Movement. If you get up and take a walk, that's gonna help, because then you're not only moving your body, your legs, and when you move your legs, you should move your legs up and down. Try that with your group. I'm pointing over there. You have to remember where the lens is. Right? Try that with your group, to just maybe get up and walk around where they're walking and lifting their legs up like that. You'll feel pretty good, because you're working the lymphatic system.
Okay.
And if you swing your arms while you're doing that, like this here, and your feet going up and down, not just walking like a stroll, but actually lifting them up. When you tell me, I want to know what happened.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Try even after you get off of here tonight. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And these are things you can do.
Right.
But you don't know if somebody don't know that knows it, don't tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, they gotta be willing to want to do it. It's all a mental thing, like Jay said. Applying yourself to be more healthy.
Yeah. But it's amazing. So many things that I know that seem too simple to a lot of people.
Right.
They say, well, if I'm gonna work out, I have to feel like I'm in beast mode. And
right.
You don't have to do all
You don't have to do that.
Okay, that's fine with me. Because you can do deep breathing. I only did five movements doing that, but it's like 30 movements that you can do. And you talking about burning fat, burning cellulite, and you ain't got to do all of that, because the main thing aerobics is the intake of oxygen. So you breathe in anyway, why not make it work for you? Learn how to take a deep breath, for real, because a lot of people don't breathe from their chest and not even taking a deep breath.
Yes.
But when you learn how to do it, you can see the benefits of it right away, because it can help de-stress you. Sometimes I can get anxious in moments. I don't like people arguing around me. Oh, I don't. It's one of them things that cause me. I start coughing and they say, "Oh, no, just give me a minute." But I learned how to breathe my way through it. Whereas before it would take me longer to regroup myself. So I've been looking for ways that I can help myself. And then passing this information on to anybody else that want to help themselves.
Absolutely.
Right. What type of people? I know that you do your broadcast on your Rejuvenate group. You can further talk about that, please. What type of illnesses have people brought to you? I know that I've said I'm diabetic, high blood pressure, but what types of ailments or chronic
Well,
pain?
people that's dealing with, well, chronic pain can be the result of some of those different illnesses like lupus,
Mm-hmm.
fibromyalgia, and these are nothing to joke at. You know what I mean? Because uh, they're like a dog. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The condition. But if you will follow, I had a lady contact me on Instagram. I reached out to her. She had her story. You know, sometimes you hear a story that's just like heart wrenching, but you feel like, in my case, I'm like, but I gotta answer. I gotta answer. I got something you can try. Because she was like, does anybody know anything that can help? And so I reached out to her. I direct messaged her on Instagram, and I told her about bouncing on the mini trampoline, how to do it, and all of that. And she got back to me like 2 days later. She said, I did try it and it really helped, but I prefer to go to the gym. I was like, oh, she missing the whole point.
The whole point,
Wow.
right?
She missed the whole dang on point that it helped when she did. And she was looking for help,
Right.
But I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. That's the part to me that sometimes is disappointing for me. Trying to get the message out, and people have been so conditioned by our society and by the government and all that it's not going to happen unless you take a pill. It's going to make it happen. And the doctors, they can treat the symptoms. That's what they're taught to do. They're taught to know the body and know what conditions can happen and how to treat the symptoms, how to medicate the symptoms on the medication for life. That's what they're taught. And this is something I learned from other doctors, and it's just like,
That's
so
true.
I feel like it don't matter to me what your condition is, from the point of having a headache to the point of cancer. It's all the same. It just depends on where it's settled in the body.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. And once we can realize that this thing ain't as, God made our bodies that they're not as complicated. They're complicated, but the answer to it is not as complicated as they have made it. A lot of the medications are mimicked after those old remedies that Nana knew about.
Mm-hmm.
They try to mimic it in a pill.
Right. But there's a lot of complication with those pills that they try to mimic through the natural or holistic way.
Well, they're using chemicals to mimic what that herb, that natural thing can do.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be a problem with that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking while you were talking a little while ago, I'm like this from my background. You can talk to me. My first thing usually is going to be, let me pray for you. Because I've seen miracles happen too. I've seen people heal, delivered of some serious stuff like that. I know miracles still happen. But on the other side of that miracle, what you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
How you going to live on the other side of that miracle? You going to go back to doing the same thing that got you there in the first place?
That's true.
Why all this other stuff that I have now, I have something to say, okay, God healed you. That thing that was bothering you is no longer there. And now this is how you need to stay on, so you don't come back that same route.
Right, because me and Uno was just talking about how people possibly, what were we talking about? How people heal from something, but or no, how, like, say one of their family members are terminally ill and they pass away.
I gave that Chris Rock reference.
Right.
When Chris Rock was saying I saw this meme on Instagram, and it was a quote that Chris Rock said. I'm gonna have to paraphrase it because I can't say it exactly, but he was just basically saying that the older person in the family, whether it's your grandmama, whoever, if the same thing that she died from, the people in the family that's watching her die, they're eating the same stuff that she passed away from, which is the bad foods.
Yeah. And that's our people perish for lack of knowledge.
That's true.
Yeah, you
That
know,
is true.
and the sooner the better. That we can, when we have something good, you know, my thing is I want to share it with you and you, and I wanted you to share it with people you know, because I can't get to them. You know, I just want to share it with people, and I get so excited. But then I watch people's faces, and sometimes I can tell they looking at me like, it's gonna take more than that. But it's that simple. That's the part that amazes me, because God is so awesome like that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, to whoever got a mind or a heart to believe it can receive it.
That's true. I don't know. I think, people just make things complicated. It don't really have to be complicated because life is simple. It's all what you choose to do with that. Like,
There you
people
go, right there.
decide that, huh?
I said, there you go, choice. That's
Right.
key. I was reading something the other day. I wish I had that here. It was a dentist. His whole thing was talking about aloe vera. Now, I haven't tried these aloe vera tablets that are concentrated. I know aloe vera is good for a lot of things. And so I said I would try it. So before I try it, I can talk about that. But I was on the same page with him when he was saying healthy people make themselves that way, and unhealthy people get themselves that way.
Hmm. Interesting.
That's
You
an
can't
interesting
you
perspective.
try to blame it on somebody else.
Yeah.
You put that food in your mouth. You thought them thoughts.
That's
Because
true.
I
Thank
can
you.
think, I can think bad thoughts about you without saying anything to you, but you feel that energy.
Yes.
And it
That's
makes you
true.
feel some
Yep.
Yes.
kind of way. It makes
Very
you
true.
feel some kind of way without me saying. I can look at you a certain way, and you feel that.
Yeah.
We
That's
we
true.
are beings of energy,
Yep.
you know. Or I could come and give you a big hug, and you feel that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You'll feel the sincerity. You'll feel the love. Mm-hmm.
But that energy is something we don't see it, but it's happening all the time around us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just so fascinated. I'm telling you about the brain, how the brain works, and everything, because it all works together. And one of the uh, nuggets that I've taken from somebody teaching about the brain is that your brain does what the mind tells it to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me put that in my back pocket, because that's a good one.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes we want to blame. Some people just want to blame. It's got
No
to be
blame
somebody
game.
else's
No blame
problem.
game. Mm-mm.
It's because she treated me this way. No, it's because you received it like it was truth.
That's
I
true.
don't receive everything just because somebody said it, like, and I don't want to be quoting Cat Williams, but he said, you said it like that's written in the Bible.
Right.
No, I don't receive that.
Right.
Just because
It's
you said it and you don't think I'm worthy of praise, or you don't think I'm, I got the goods and know what I'm talking about, that don't change the fact that I am worthy of praise and I do have the goods. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But a lot of times people take the words of somebody else and let it take them down because they receive it like it's the truth. And I say it like this: you can hold grudges, and make people feel like that penny looking for change. You know, you're killing them just a little bit. You're committing murder just a little bit. And when you look at that person in the mirror and do that same thing, you're committing suicide just a little bit. And every time you do it, you're wicking away at either that person or yourself. My word is stop it. Stop it. Be aware, be mindful of what you're doing. And because when you do that, that can cause damage at a cellular level to yourself or to the other person if it's ongoing.
yeah.
That is true. And that's
You
something,
got a good
and
point.
that's something also, you just hitting all the points with me. That's wonderful. That's something with me because I have for years, as Uno know,
Me too.
for
Same thing.
years, hold a grudge.
Yep.
I,
Me.
I
Yep.
could think it, and like you
Mm-hmm.
said, that's the brain is a powerful thing, and I have held grudges for a long time, and it just took me to now I am chopping off layers of that because I'm at a point like I can't take it back.
Yeah.
What happened is what happened. What it was what it was. And also, I'm learning I can't control people. I can't control the way they think, their actions. I can look at me. I can control what I think or what I say. And also learning that I have to forgive for self first, which can be a hard thing, as well as trying to learn because there had been a couple, and I've kind of shared this in a show before that had hurt my children, and to the point that I shared I'm an ex-felon, and and people are like, they've had their different comments, and so now I'm not sure about the husband, but the wife, she's deceased. Well, at first I was like, that's what she get. But then that was affecting me for thinking the way I was thinking. It was hurting me. So I had to change my mind frame and I had to think a different way. And I had to, I hope she's in a better place. And I had to learn how to forgive because not doing so was hurting me a lot and taking me into a deeper place. And I wasn't getting my blessings. So now I've been just change the mind frame, like you say, the mind frame, the mindset, just changing that and slowly, and of course using my spiritual path, praying, chanting, meditating, whatever that is, positive. It's breaking it down. So it's very important for us that we have to let go. We have to. We got to let go and stop holding on because it eats you up. And I know it can be really difficult.
Yeah.
But it's something that has to happen.
But what
is happening in the brain? Our cells have memory.
Yeah.
So your cells want to help you out. And they say, whenever she think on that person, this how we supposed to help her to feel. Can't stand her, hate her. And until you tell those cells, no, we're not going to think like that no more. We're going to think, when I think of that lady, I'm going to forgive. I'm going to just, no matter how many times it keep coming back, I don't want to think that way. And it take your cells a while to say, wait a minute now, she's switching up here. We got a new thought, a new neuron that's established in your brain. With this old neuron over here saying, well, wait a minute. And the more you begin to think that new thought, this one begins to get bigger. This one begins to diminish. And the more you do it, that's what a lady showed this in a neuroscientist showed this in a thing I was watching. And the more that person thought, that new thought, this thought here finally went, vanished. And now it's the new thought whenever you think of that person.
Oh, so that's what it is. So it's to do with the cells, because a lot of times
to help you out.
Because like Jade, I have a hard time forgiving, and I hold grudges a long time, and I don't let go. So the cause of that is the cells conditioning my mind to just have me in that mode. You
conditioned your brain. Your mind conditioned your brain to help you this way. Whenever I think about that person and what they did, what that one did.
Yeah, it comes right. It comes there.
And this is something because they could come into a room and you didn't even see them yet, but you heard their voice and all that stuff come up.
That's true. Right. It's like some buildup. Like it just rushes. It's a rush.
That's your cell saying, oh, we know that voice. This is how we're supposed to feel. This is how we're supposed to help her feel when we hear that voice. You got the power to turn that thing around, just like Jade was saying. And this is what's happening in your brain. A new neuron to show up. And if you keep working it, it's going to become the thing that lives, and this one's going to have to go poof.
Wow.
You got the power to help your body help you.
That's true. That is so true.
I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
The body is an amazing creation.
It is.
I'm really gonna have to put that faith into action. And I'm gonna really have to just do it.
It's a process because I've been through it too, and I went through it at a spiritual level, but it was the same thing that was happening because when it came to certain people that came to my mind, because I sat down and said, you know what, I don't know what all my heart is holding in there that shouldn't be there. Sometimes we think it's this, thus, and so, but it could be something down there you don't even know that's there. And it got to certain people that when they came to my mind, I couldn't. What I was saying was, I choose to forgive as an act of my will. I choose to release them, and I choose to release myself. But when I got to certain names, I couldn't say it. I was just like, I'm watching this happening, and I'm thinking, whoa, I didn't know, and I had to just fight my way through it. This was just me and all of that by myself, because I was determined to be free of that. And it took a minute. Then I found myself able to go past that space with that person. And some of these stuff was old that I thought I had forgiven and was okay with. So you might not like the process, but you'll be thankful on the other side of it because it's not hurting the other person, it's hurting you.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, I've been through that experience of hurting myself and just holding on. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not worth holding on to it. So, if you really, before the new year comes, leave that here. Don't take that on.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what tools or nuggets would you give to people who may have whatever their ailments are? I'll say that. And then you can go into how they could reach out to you, where they could watch you at.
Okay. Well, like I said, my biggest thing is to help people. Okay, I empower people with tools. I empower people with strategies to get your life back from chronic pain, fatigue, inflammation, and lack of energy, using tools and techniques to work the lymphatic system and holistic practices to help bring balance to the body, mind, and spirit the way God intended. And my two favorite hashtags, hashtag you got the power, and hashtag help your body help you, because you have responsibility to do that. The doctor can't do that. Ain't nobody living in your body but you.
Absolutely. Right.
That's so true.
That's the way I look at it. And sometimes maybe it seems oversimplified, but I want people to know that it's within their power to make a change. Once you understand, like we were just talking about the brain and that simple piece of nugget to know about what's happening when we hold on to those thoughts. Those thoughts are things happening in our brain. And so I'm live. I don't know what time it is right now, but I'm live on Facebook and Periscope Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Monday through Friday, 8:30 Central Standard Time on Facebook Live and on Periscope. I also have a Facebook page. Both of those are Hillary Gooden. I have a Facebook group, which is Rejuvenate Now. On Facebook, you can just go to Rejuvenate Now, or if you're on Periscope, they can go to bit.ly/rejuvenate_now. And the group I put together for people that wanted to come together to learn what they can, people that were serious about it. I can talk all day on Facebook Live and on Periscope or any other platform, but for those people that really want to know more, they join the group. And so like right now, we're doing a 5-day Go Vegan challenge. Today was the first day. So it's the 30th through November 3rd. And it's mainly to help us. There are some that are already vegans. There are some that want to try it, but they want to try it alone.
Yeah.
So we can do it together and see that it's not as hard as we thought it would be.
Yeah, it's a mind thing.
Even in 5 days, we should be able to see some kind of benefits from doing it that would make you want to continue it on some level going forward, especially with the holiday season coming up.
Right.
Yeah, you know, to be able to make some healthier choices on purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
And so also I have LinkedIn. I can stand some follows on LinkedIn. I'm at Hillary Gooden there. I'm at Hillary Gooden on Twitter. I'm also on Hillary Gooden at Pinterest. And my YouTube channel is Hillary Gooden, and I could sure use some subscribers there. Trying to work that
Subscribe to Hillary Gooden's channel, please, people. Go to her channel and subscribe, please.
Is Chit Chat Chew subscribed to everything? If not, we're gonna have to be.
Yeah, we're gonna have to be.
We're gonna have to be.
We got her on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay.
We got her on Twitter.
Cool beans. Okay.
So Periscope, I'm at Vibrant Life Coach, and and if you come in there, please just go in there and give me some hearts. And there's a lot of information in there from when I first got started, and I felt like I was boring myself. I had to find my flow with this talk because it can get too technical talking about the sales and the this and all of that. And I learned how to make it work, you know. But those early ones they're kind of deep or kind of. I thought they were boring, but people said no, this is good information. So that's out there on the Vibrant Life Coach. Then my Instagram account, you guys we are following each other there. And that's _ Vibrant Life Coach. And I think that's everything. Oh, I'm on Busker too. They just came back up. Are you all familiar with Busker?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
Not familiar with that.
No.
Yeah, Busker is sort of like Periscope. Only they're much nicer on there. I don't think you get. I don't never seen trolls on there acting up. And, and you can tip. They would tip in long before anybody else was tipping. You know, you get tips and stuff.
Okay.
And, it's a good platform. You should check it out, Busker.
Yeah, we're going to have to check that out. We're going to have to look into it.
I just stand back on because they're taking it down, but they just brought it back up. So I was really glad to see that. So I think that's everything. Okay. My website is HillaryGooden.com. www.HillaryGooden.com. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And so, what would be your final words to people? What would be final words for you to everyone, to us?
Okay. Well, to everyone, I would say, remember to love you. Remember to remember you. And part of remembering yourself, putting yourself on your to-do list, is loving yourself enough to eat right, to move your body, to speak right, and to have fun.
Okay. Awesome.
Love full spectrum yourself, but then that allows you to have a more full person to continue to give out to those that you know and love.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I love that. I'm so glad. I forgot how me and Hillary met on whose Facebook group.
It had to be either Janine or Janine Cummings or either I Am a Brand with Jamila Corbett.
That's who it was. I Am a Brand. That's who it was. And I'm so glad. I'm so very glad, virtual world, because I have definitely been placed with past guests that we've had. We've been put in each other's life for a purpose. Yeah. And I'm very glad about that because that has taught me more about myself. Like I tell people, you just never, you're always, life is always a learning process, to me anyway. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just very glad and humbled that we got a chance to know a little bit more about you. Haven't forgot about that question you asked me off of this show. Got to get back to you with that. But just so humble and grateful. And I'm telling you, you need to watch Hillary's broadcast on Rejuvenate Now. Please do. Please.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's very informative. It's just a good group of people. Every time I've had a chance to watch it live, a lot of times I have to watch the replay, but when I've gotten the chance to watch it live, you really will get some good nuggets out of it. I promise you will. And do it and incorporate it. Don't just let it bypass you. Don't let it bypass you. So we want to thank you. Before you go off, we definitely just want to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank
and
you,
so
man.
you'll be on soon, your broadcast this evening. And so we don't want to hold you up too much. We're going to let everybody know what's going on with us before we end the show. So our social media info is, we have a website, www.chitchatchewshow.com. Again, that's www.chitchatchewshow.com. With that, you'll see all of our guests who we have interviewed, those that we haven't interviewed and they just wanted their music played, that's on there as well. It tells you a little bit about what we're doing with this business. Next week will be 2 years for Chit Chat Chew Show, and we're very humble and grateful and blessed for that. It's now turned into a podcast. We'll be on YouTube now.
Real soon.
Our show will be transitioning from the Facebook business page to now YouTube being a podcast. So we're just really excited.
That'll be permanent until further notice.
Yes, so we're really, really excited about that. Our what else is on our website? So our launch of our t-shirts, Be Authentic, has been launched. We have the shirts on there as well as the soaps.
Well, more so the soaps.
The soaps, yeah. The soaps right now are the big hit.
Yeah.
The t-shirts, you'll see the promo of what they look like.
So we have an Instagram and a Facebook. Be authentic. So you guys make sure you follow us on those platforms for Be Authentic, which is B without the E, authentic products.
Our soaps are vegan. They're called Swirls by Jade. Is one of my signature soaps. Heard good reviews. We have a limited supply left. We're working on some others. Yes, we're working on more. What else do we have on there? We have if you're interested, for anybody that's going to listen, well, you're going to listen. If you're interested, you want to have your business on our
sponsorship.
On our show, we have sponsorship packages that we can certainly discuss with you guys, and we would love to have you on our show. What else? We have a donation button.
Please hit the donation button and
we have
donate to a wonderful, great show.
We have
thanks in advance.
A guest book, I say.
Yeah, like a guest list.
A guest list where you can sign up with that.
Yeah. What
else do we have?
We have so much on there.
We have a lot. So make sure you go on www.chitchatchewshow.com. Also, on our Facebook business page, we have Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. That's our Chit Chat Chew Show business page. Also, we have a group page, which is Chit Chat Chew Radio Show. We have a Be Authentic Facebook page, correct? Be Authentic. That's B, and then the capital A, Authentic. Products.
At Be Authentic Products. Same thing on Instagram. So it's B_Authentic Products. You should follow us on Instagram and follow us on Facebook as well.
We have a YouTube.
Yeah, so we have a YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, Chit Chat Chew Show. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications. We have an Instagram for our Chit Chat Chew Show, which is at Chit Chat Chew Show. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. We also have a Twitter, which is at chit_chat_chew. Again, Twitter at chit_chat_chew. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We also have a SoundCloud, which have all the latest live sessions on there. Everything is updated. Make sure you check us out on SoundCloud at Chit Chat Chew Show. We have a Vimeo. So a lot of the sessions are up there. I'm currently still updating, but for the most part, you can check out a lot of the stuff at Chit Chat Chew Show, and I think I said them all.
There's one.
What?
So for our community, because we cannot we cannot leave them out.
I know you're talking about.
We cannot leave them out. For our LGBT community or our allies that will be watching the replay, we have a designated page for you as well. It's called Lotus Monk. Definitely check us out. It's all about empowerment with us as well. We want to get the word out there about everything. We're empowered to do this. Also, I don't have a page yet, but for me, I am putting my faith into action. I'm stepping back out to do some speaking. So if you're interested, I'm in the Atlanta area. I am open-minded to travel, and I'm stepping out on faith. I want to go back out there. I enjoy, believe it or not, I do enjoy speaking. I want to go out there. I want to share my life experience with other individuals, because I just feel like when you coming from a authentic, genuine place, people again can respect you and appreciate who you are and what you're trying to do. So if you're interested in hearing me speak, I come.
Y'all reach out to her.
I come very direct, but it's from the heart. It's from heart of love. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right then.
So we are done. We thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank
Hillary
you so
Gooden.
much, Hillary. I look forward to watching the show tonight. And everybody else, make sure you tune in at 8:30. Is that the time? Okay.
All right. So y'all make sure y'all tune in.
Hillary said it best. I'm just going to say that self-care. Don't forget about self-care, people. Got to love yourself. It's very important.
Can't stress it enough, people. Come on.
Absolutely.
Self-care.
Absolutely. So thank you again, and enjoy your night. And again, I will be watching you shortly.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a good night.
Have a good night. All right.